Mode, swath dropping. Toggle work mode, control Y. Swath right, swath widespread. Okay, swath dropping is what I wanted it to be. That. Turn the help button off now. Turn them both on. Lower them both. There now. Okay. Getting to learn how this joystick thing works. Farm stick thing. Okay, and I'm going to do this cut within the bounds of the field rather than swinging out around the outside. And this really doesn't take long. Looks like, oh, the lime on this field sucks. So our yield is getting progressively worse with each cut. But now it's winter, so next month I can go with a coat of lime. Bring it back to decent levels. Although we don't have a spreader on the farm, do we? I think I'd leased one last year and limed all of my fields. I'm kind of thinking it might be a good idea to get one. Maybe, possibly, sort of. We'll see. What's your problem? Hush. Shush. Silence. Be quiet. Thank you. All right. Noisy phone is not noisy anymore. Oh, and I did manage to get 2 more locomotives for the train set, set up with sound. Awesome. So now I have 4 trains and 2 tracks. Not sure how that's going to work. Okay, so now I can lift the front mower, lift the back mower, yay. Drive over here. And drop the front mower, the back mower, and it goes off on its own. Because of course it does. Okay. So this is a little bit easier. Oop. Namely, I don't have to have the mower selected to make it work. I think the front mower went a little too far there. Yes, it did. So what I might do when I get to the end of all of this is just come back with the front mower and get the bits I missed. Okay. Actually, the next row is all the way back there. Okay, select the front mower. We'll go over here and do the bits I missed. There's a bit there and a bit in the corner. So, and I didn't get that bit at all. Of course I didn't, because why would I? Boop, got it. Now we run over here. And a little bit in that corner. And there's a little bit in that row. And that's everything. Okay, lift that up. Next row. Oops. Yay. So yeah, as far as the train's concerned, I'm slowly getting things done. I would like to... I'm probably going to work a little bit on some of the electrics next, just so I can run some of the control modules, get them set up too. Okay, push the button. We go. All right. So yeah, normally I don't bother raising and lowering the mowers. But there's a shift button on the joystick, which I have to push the shift button in order to get the pipe to extend. Don't know that anything else works off that button, but I just have to push the shift button and the pipe button to get the pipe extended. Don't know why, but that's what it is. But it occurred to me just as I was starting today that maybe if I push the shift button and the and the lower button, it will do the whole grass mowing thing. So it'll lower the front mower and then it'll lower the back one, like the workers do. And then also if I press the shift button and the activate device, it will turn on the front and back mower simultaneously. And if I press the fold button with the shift button, it will unfold everything, or it'll fold everything. So if I press the shift button and the lift the front, it then lifts the back. You just have to control your speed so that the back's up when you want it to be up. Press the shift button and lower, it lowers the front mower. I drive forward, it lowers the back. Yay. And then we go off on a tangent, because why the heck not? Let's go forwards. Lower that. Lower it back, lower it. Now we follow the path I wanted to. So, going to be some issues bailing, but it's not too big of a deal. I think that crone has quite a good pickup area, so might not be too much of a problem there. Left and left. Oh, didn't make it far enough. It's oops. Left. Here we go. And turn around. I can leave now. I can now leave the rear mower selected. Doesn't matter. Just line this up here. Do that. Do that. Front mower lowers. Back lowers. Go again. As far as YouTube guys are concerned, I think Tom Bamberton just put out a video on reseeding a couple of big grass fields. He's slowly reseeding all of the grass. Seems to be something you should do every few years, and that people who own their own homes and lawns don't really bother with recycling the grass that frequently, but the cows like it when it's new. Can't remember what else he did this week. Oh, he's been testing a, what is it? A sort of a forage wagon with attached mower. So he takes that out into the field and just fills it up with grass. And then feeds the cows in the shed grass. And apparently it's a thing the cows like, probably because they don't have to go anywhere to fetch the grass, it's just served to them on a plate. Then I think he's had a lot of issues with tractors braking. His new case needed to go in for a thing, and then his little old 1970s, 1980s case, that just, the front wheel fell off. Well, the entire axle. Both wheels, axles, all fell off. So he had to get a guy in to weld all that back together again. And then Millennial Farmer's been shuffling equipment because it's almost time to start the harvest. He was saying that this might be the first year in a long time where the corn's ready before the soybeans. So that'll be different. think all his harvesters are ready to go. He just put the seed right at the back of the shed, and then the guys from the shop said, "Hey, can you bring your seeder over? We're ready to put the modifications into it that you wanted for next year." So just put it away. Now I have to get it out again, shuffle everything around. And that's pretty much all the farming people I've been watching lately. We're getting into fall, it's harvest time, the corn's coming ready, the beans are coming ready. I think the wheat and barley has already been harvested, at least here in Michigan. It's mostly going. I don't think I'm going to get that little tuft that was in the middle there that I missed. What's this? This could use a service too. I might put this into the service shed once with the mowers and just let's overhaul everything here. Then that's good. Then apart from that, the world's as crazy as it's ever been. Can be a little bit concerning. So I can bring the front mower along this back corner. Just to catch everything that got missed. What have we got here? Probably near to maybe a bit rows. So like I said, this wouldn't take too long. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. TV, I'm kind of out of shows to watch on TV. Star Trek Strange New Worlds ended. I've been listening to some people discussing. They have a lot of comedic episodes. Now, general consensus is it's not like Star Trek's never had comedic episodes. It's just that when you have a series that runs for when you have a series that runs for 24 episodes, having a couple of comedic episodes a season isn't eating into your serious storyline productions. When you have 3 or 4, in a 10 episode season, that's just too many. You know, Star Trek is kind of more about it's in the past it has been morality stories. You know, the original series, talking about racism and slavery and all sorts of things like that. But sort of modern day, they're more into the special effects and all the other things. Ooh, I wanted to go backwards, please. Thank you. And so it concentrates less on good storytelling and acting and relies more on special effects. And the problem with that is that makes the shows more expensive to produce because you have to pay for all the special effects. So you end up with fewer episodes. Now, Brannon Braga, who was... what did he do? He did Deep Space Nine, and I think later seasons of The Next Generation after Gene Roddenberry. And he came out this week and basically said, shift and off, shift and fold. Thank you. He said, yo, they don't seem to have a clue on how to do 20 episodes a year. You know, they're stuck on the let's do 10. Now, I don't mind 10 episodes for something like Reacher, which is a self-contained story of 10 episodes. Yeah, a season is a story. I mean, that's how Doctor Who used to work when I was a young child. Okay, not that. That needs a service. A repair even. So repair that. Rear mowers, we'll repair it anyway. And we'll repair that anyway. Okay. So, mowers are all fixed. I might repair that too. But when you've got an episodic show where generally the stories don't have much to do with each other, you know, it's original Star Trek. Yeah, it's Planet of the Week. We go visit a planet, we're presented with a dilemma, we fix the dilemma, end of show, everything returns back to normal. Now, I know we do like progression, but, you know, to have a show that I don't have to commit my time to permanently. Let's have a look and see what size. 150, that's fine. Yeah, it's... Even, I mean, original Star Trek, you just had original Star Trek, Planet of the Week. Everybody beams down, the red shirts get killed, something happens, everybody goes home. That's fine by me. Now, you look at something like... How big was that one? 5,500. That's good. That's a good size. The Next Generation was frequently Planet of the Week. However, they did have the Borg story arc and the Klingon story arc, and to a certain extent, the Romulan story arc. So they did have ongoing stories and they would have the previously on, last season, episode 20, this happened and now we're going back to that particular situation. So you did get the big stories, but you also got the small ones. And a lot of the time with Star Trek, there wasn't too much in the way of special effects, beam down, tricorder use, occasionally phasers, once in a blue moon, a starship combat, and some establishing shots of the exterior of the Enterprise flying through space or orbiting a new planet, and the planet changed colour every week. So this week it's green, next week it's yellow, whatever. But they concentrated on the acting and the storytelling, not the effects. And I think the problem is they're just going special effects heavy, and that costs way too much money. Something, it was the movie Serenity, which was a continuation of the TV show's Firefly. They had a limited budget, and their special effects team basically told them, we can do 3 special effects, so you better make sure you decide where the biggest bang for the buck is with regards to what special effects you want us to do, because you can't afford a movie full of. And the special effects were very good, but they were very few and far between. And as such, you had to have acting and you had to have story. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I'm really not so much into first-person shooters.